In this recording, I'm going to be talking through the Birmingham Cultural Humility and Safety Framework pilot phase and how to get involved. So I'm going to start with an overview of the framework timeline, where we started and where we're going. So back in June 23, we conducted an evidence review and mapping exercise to ensure that the framework was based on high quality evidence and best practice. As well as this, we ran various co-production sessions with the Cultural Humility and Safety Task and Finish Group. This was established off the back of the Birmingham and Lewisham African and Caribbean Health and Equalities Review to ensure that recommendations were implemented. And then with this draft framework, we then ran a couple of testing sessions throughout January to understand the acceptability of the framework and test this with a variety of system partners. We then went to work this feedback back into the framework using a you said we did approach. And now we're launching the pilot phase. This is going to run from spring 24 to spring 25. And alongside this pilot phase, we're going to be commissioning an external academic evaluation of this, which is going to be released the end of Feb, beginning of March. And then looking forward to summer 25, once the pilot phase has been conducted, we're going to collate all the evidence from this and from the evaluation to strengthen the framework and then roll this out wider. So the aim of the pilot phase is to assess the effectiveness and impacts of the Birmingham Cultural Humility and Safety Framework, a framework aimed to increase the quality and reach of the cultural humility and safety training offer in Birmingham. For more information of the framework, you can watch the other recording, which should be on the page where you found this one. So we're looking for 3 to 5 Birmingham-based organisations to pilot the framework over 12 to 18 months. And this is going to start in May 24. We are keen for a variety of organisations to take part in the pilot to understand how it works in different settings. So we welcome and encourage a range of organisations, including but not limited to hospital trusts, universities, primary care networks, internal BCC departments, voluntary sector organisations and private sector organisations. So I'm now going to talk through the organisational requirements of the pilot phase as outlined in the expressions of interest. We've split this up into 3, so resource requirements, staff requirements and communication requirements. So firstly, resources. So we ask that you commission or provide in-house training using the framework for a predefined cohort of staff. Develop organisational specific resources to support ongoing cultural humility and safety development. Define and work towards metrics of success for your organisation. Work closely with the external academic evaluator and BCC to capture the learning and adapt based on evidence throughout the year. Share training plans and other resources with BCC to contribute towards developing a standardised training package for cultural humility and safety training based on practice from a variety of evaluated programmes. So now the staffing requirements. So we ask that you define an allocated cohort of staff to enrol in cultural humility and safety training for a minimum of half a day. And this should be at least 15% of staff in an organisational department, and they have to be enrolled onto cultural humility and safety training guided by the framework. We ask that a minimum of 10 staff attend a train the trainer session, and that you identify a named Birmingham Cultural Humility and Safety coordinating officer within the organisation to oversee and support implementation of the framework, assess competencies and attend monthly meetings. And then finally, communication requirements. So we ask that you provide regular updates on project development, milestones and relevant news through newsletters, webinars and direct communication channels. We ask that you attend monthly meetings to discuss progress, address challenges and share best practice among partner organisations, as well as being involved in the Cultural Humility and Safety Steering Group. So now I'm just going to touch on the support that us as Birmingham City Council will give your organisation. So first of all, we're going to provide you with access to the Birmingham Cultural Humility and Safety Framework, which is designed to guide the provision and commissioning of cultural humility and safety training. This includes activities to support learning, a repository of evidence-based tools and good practice, a commissioning specification, and an evaluation tool. We're going to provide a named liaison officer within BCC to act as a key point of contact for the partner organisations during the year, and alongside this, we're going to facilitate partnership meetings. We're going to support you by involvement in the Cultural Humility and Safety Steering Group to provide ongoing advice and support. This is going to include Birmingham City Council Public Health, the Academic Evaluation Partner, and the pilot organisations. We're going to provide your organisation with access to evidence-based best practice, technical expertise and support from the University of California, Berkeley, through their Centre of Cultural Humility. And as part of this, they are offering a Train the Trainer session for partner organisations who will be delivering in-house training. We're also going to commission the academic evaluation of the pilot and provide the opportunity for your organisation to engage in a collaborative research effort. And finally, we're going to establish and facilitate a robust two-way communication channel for partner organisations to provide feedback, ask questions, and share insights. So, as I mentioned earlier, we are commissioning an external academic evaluation of the pilot phase to increase the evidence base of equality, diversity, and inclusion practice. So the evaluation will capture evidence on the impact of the framework on various outcome measures, including knowledge, awareness and interest, skills and capacity, confidence, client and patient interactions, and organisational culture. And submissions for this will go live by the end of Feb 2024, and the deadline for submission is the 31st of March 2024. So I'm just going to touch now on what is in it for your organisation by partnering with us during this pilot. So through this opportunity, your organisation will shape the future landscape of cultural humility and safety, be at the forefront of system-changing equality, diversity and inclusion practices, develop a culturally safe, inclusive work environment, work collaboratively to create a culturally competent Birmingham, and be part of the wider movement striving for a city free of discrimination, whereby everybody feels safe. So this is just a diagram to show the timescales. So we have released the expressions of interest, they've been launched, and they are now open for submissions. The deadline for submissions is the 31st of March 2024. And then moving on to April, we're going to be shortlisting based on this, and we're going to also secure the evaluation partner. And then in May, we're going to kick off meetings with the successful organisations. They're going to define their staff cohorts who are going to enrol in cultural humility and safety training. And also the evaluation partner is going to develop a plan and work with the pilot organisations as part of this. And then across May and June 24, organisations are going to hold staff webinars to introduce the training offer. We're going to run the Train the Trainer sessions in conjunction with the University of California. And then cultural humility and safety training for staff will start. And then from June 2024 to April 25, this staff training will continue, as well as partner organisations working closely with the evaluator to provide data and to share insights. And then between April and June 25, the evaluation is going to conclude, and we're going to start the dissemination of the findings. So now I'm going to touch on how to apply. So as I mentioned earlier, expressions of interest for the pilot phase are now live, and the deadline for this is the 31st of March 2024. And to access these expressions of interest, you can either follow the link on the screen, which is on Find It in Birmingham, or you can email my email address there, which is florence.hobbs@birmingham.gov.uk. And once you've completed the 4 questions on the expressions of interest form, please can you email completed submissions to communitiesteam@birmingham.gov.uk. Okay, thank you. And then any questions, please email florence.hobbs@birmingham.gov.uk.